Hello there, thanks for your company this Wednesday evening. Believe it or not, it's a year since Storm Babette caused devastation in our region. One woman drowned in her own home in Tapton Terrace in Chesterfield, and many residents were forced to leave their homes. Now, a year on, the fear of flooding has returned. 2 flood warnings were issued earlier this week in the town following heavy rainfall. Now, while the threat has now receded, the fear hasn't, as Mark Ansell reports.
It's a year on from the flooding that devastated Tapton Terrace in Chesterfield. One resident here, Maureen Gilbert, drowned. How high did the flooding go a year ago?
At least above that.
A year on, and David has only just been able to move back into his home after it was renovated. David and his neighbours live with the constant threat of being flooded again.
I've no future. How about that? What can I do? I've just no future. We're getting no help from anybody.
On Monday, when the rain fell all day, David feared the worst. He's desperate to leave, but knows no one would want to buy his home.
Worried, I could have sat down and cried. You know, because, well, what I did then, I got family around. I've got 2 sons, they all come down here. And when you go in the house, you'll see, we moved everything upstairs, which is the 3rd time since 2020.
Thankfully, the houses here on Tapton Terrace narrowly avoided being flooded on Monday. But just look at how close they are to the River Rother, just a few yards away from their homes. Lorna sleeps in a caravan in her garden because her house is yet to be fully renovated. The fear of flooding has taken over her life.
It's horrendous because you just don't know when it's going to happen. Every time you rain, you're frightened. I mean, as you know, we lost our neighbour last year. She drowned in the floods. We're frightened every time it rains. Nothing's been done with the river. It just makes you crazy inside. And you just can't seem to get out. You feel like you're drowning with no water. That's how I feel like I'm drowning every day because I'm coming back to the same thing every day.
In a statement, Derbyshire County Council says it's continuing to work to minimise the effects of flooding and the damage it causes. Meanwhile, the Environment Agency says it's taking a number of steps to reduce the risk of flooding from the River Rother and the Hipper, including a new flood management project. So Lorna, on Monday, you ended up emptying your belongings and putting them in the car.
I did. This is my daughter's car. It's the only tow vehicle that we've got.
Regardless, residents here feel trapped and fear it's only a matter of time before the floodwater engulfs their houses again. Mark Ansell, BBC Look North, Chesterfield.